I'm happy to be joined today on Primetime Local News by Matt Scannell from Vertical Horizon. Matt, thank you for joining me. We've got lots of exciting things to chat about today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Stacy. I'm glad to be here.
Well, your band Vertical Horizon is something that, people will remember from the 90s, the song Everything You Want, which of course goes with the album, and I cannot believe that you are celebrating 25 years of that album. What are you
Yeah.
guys doing to celebrate this?
We, excuse me, Sony and RCA have kindly repressed the vinyl of Everything You Want, and they did it in this beautiful translucent orange color, which is really fun. So people can check that out if they'd like, and we'd love for them to do that. We're also going out on the road this summer with Gin Blossoms and Toad the Wet Sprocket. And then we have just a bunch of other shows Vertical Horizon is headlining a bunch of shows throughout the rest of the year. So it's a very productive work year for us. I mean, I think on the one hand, it makes you kind of go like, how could it possibly be 25 years? But at the same time, this has been quite a journey, and it doesn't surprise me that the numbers are adding up at this point.
When that album was released, Matt, how did it change things for you and the members of the band?
The truth of the matter is it changed absolutely everything in my life. I went from being uh, let's call it a struggling songwriter living in New York City who couldn't afford to live in New York City. My grandmother had given me some money to chase my dream, and the dream was looking doubtful at best. I really hunkered down and I wrote about 100 songs, I think, in 6 or 7 months, a sort of a degree of output that I had never experienced before, nor have I ever since. And I was really just trying desperately to be worthy of getting up to that next level. And when we finally did, we had an incredible team of people at RCA who lifted us up on their shoulders, literally, and said, "Okay, we're gonna help you make this happen." And we had never experienced a team like that before. It was always very much, four guys in a Jeep. And that was it, sort of us against the world. But then we had this world-class group of people who were experts in their field, helping us to get where we needed to go and do the things that we needed to do and make a record that could be proud of so many years later. So I have so many fond memories of that time. And every single day, I mean, the joke for me, Stacy, when I walk into my home, if when I open the door, I hear in my head, I hear like, and then I walk down the hallway and it's like, everything you want, and then I get in my car and I turn my car on and it's like, he's everything you need. And, it's like, those songs have provided for me in ways that I couldn't possibly have imagined.
So, Matt, I want to talk about the song itself, Everything You Want. Can you tell me about the process? Because it is one of the songs where you hear the first little bit of it and you know what that song is, especially if you were, really
Yeah.
into music or when it was released. So tell me about the whole process of the song coming together.
Well, sometimes songs come very, very quickly, and Everything You Want came very, very quickly to me, and other songs take seemingly forever. 6, 8 months, it's like they're hiding in the shadows, they're scared to come out, and you just have to tell them it's a safe place, and I'll cook you a meal or something. Come on out, song. But Everything You Want came to me in a dream, and I heard what I call the mantra part, the meh, 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 meh. I heard that in my head, and it was probably around 4 o'clock in the morning. But so I was really asleep and tired, and so I just said to myself, remember that in the morning. I rolled over and went back to sleep. About 10 minutes later, I heard the acoustic guitar part that starts underneath the mantra part. And I thought to myself, well, that's ironic that the two bits would probably go together and form the basis of a hit song that could change our lives forever. But it's not really a great time for me. Inspiration's not really a great time for me. I'm going to remember you in the morning. And then about 15 minutes later, I heard from start to finish in my head, I heard the whole chorus. I heard the drum part, I heard the bass part, I heard the electric guitar parts, the harmony vocals, he's everything you want, all of that all the way through, but until he means nothing to you and you don't know why. So that chunk was there in my head. And I just sat up bolt upright, grabbed every pen and paper and cassette recorder and reel to reel 8-track recorder, smoke signal generator, whatever I could do to document the song. And I did so. And I'm so grateful because, you know, that that song has changed everything for us.
Is it still really fulfilling when you guys perform to see people singing along? Because I know the lyrics resonated with a lot of people as well, right? You're going
Yeah,
through some tough times, relationships, and a lot of people, as you know, relate songs to certain times in their lives. It's like a musical
right.
memory thing. So all after all this time, you're on stage and you still see people singing and really getting into the lyrics of this song. What does that mean to you? And is it surreal, or is it just like, well, you've been doing it for so long now that you just expect it?
No, how sad would it be if I was like, yeah, I just expect it. No, it's the word surreal is perfect. It brings me back when I was a kid. I went to see Billy Joel play at Madison Square Garden, and I had, the worst seat in Madison Square Garden, which was the worst seat for the show until he played Piano Man. And then the whole audience sang Piano Man louder than he possibly could. We all sang it. And he stopped and he just became our piano player. And Madison Square Garden sang every single word to the song together in unison. Now, I've had that experience as a songwriter. Certainly nothing to the level that Billy Joel has had, but some of my songs have resonated deeply enough with people around the world, so that when we play it, they sing along with us. And whether it's over in Indonesia or in the Philippines or Singapore, or we're a show down in Rio de Janeiro, or up in Canada. I love me some Canada, or in the States. I mean, anywhere really. This that song in particular, but a couple of these songs really are part of people's lives, and it's a privilege. Like that's really how I feel about it. It's a deep, deep, deep privilege, and so. No, nothing about it is, well, I've been there, done that before. It's joyous and it's a miracle. It's a total miracle. I love it.